Hello, in this video I am going to show you another deck for the NR festival, or just NR in general, only normal and rare cards. This time this one is a Rose Dragon deck based around the Rose Dragon tuners and also the non-tuner one. There are multiple great combos in this deck. My favorite one is using this card. Black and White Wave is a very powerful spell, quick play spell. If there's a face-up Exceed monster on the field with a synchro monster as Exceed material, target one card on the field, banish that target, and if you do, draw one card. So that's my favorite part about this deck, and it can be easily used in this deck, and I'm going to show you how. But first let's go through all the cards. So of course 3 copies of each Rose Dragon, so 3 Red Rose Dragon, 3 Rocks Rose Dragon, 3 White Rose Dragon, then a bunch of searchers to get them out on the field, 3 Masked Dragon, 2 Mystic Tomato, then some level 4s that can special summon, so you can summon a tuner and a non-tuner in the same turn, 1 Trident Warrior and 1 Tiny Spirit Stane, 1 Link Apple, that's basically just a free draw. You basically always use the effect draw one card, I'm saying basically too often. Then 2 Tragedia, because most of the time you have a lot of cards in your hand in this deck, so Tragedia works great in this deck. 1 copy of Fallen Angel of Roses for the Exceed combo, I'm going to explain it later. And 1 Chaos Sorcerer, because those level 7 synchros are light, so it's easy to get the light material into the grave. So 1 Chaos Sorcerer. Then the spells, as I said earlier, 3 copies of Black and White Wave, 1 copy of Spell Shattering Arrow, it works great in this format I think, perfect against pendulums and other annoying permanent spells. 3 Mystical Space Typhoon, 1 Forbidden Chalice, 1 Lightning Vortex, then I play 1 Gingerbread House. For me that's a staple in this format, and I am surprised not more people play this. It can be super annoying for the opponent if they can't get rid of it. And then I play 2 copies of Fisher. I think it works great because you can get rid of your opponent's Hard Earth Dragon, you can get rid of your opponent's Megalith Pool, and of any monster if they have only 1 monster on the field, so I play 2 Fisher. Then the traps, 1 Solemn Scalding, 1 Bottomless Trap Hole, 1 Reject Reborn, another card that works well in this deck. When an opponent's monster declares a direct attack and the battle phase, then you can special summon 1 tuner and 1 synchro monster. So that is possible most of the time with this deck from your graveyard, but have the effects negated, so you can get a tuner and a synchro back and end the battle phase. And 1 Scrap Iron Signal, another great card for this deck. When your opponent activates a monster effect, and the great part is anywhere, so any monster effect no matter where it activates, while you control a synchro monster that lists a synchro monster as material, that is also very easy to do in this deck. Negate the activation, also after that set this card face down instead of sending it to the graveyard. So that's a great card, and the condition to have a synchro monster that lists a synchro monster as material is very easy in this deck. Extra deck, just a bunch of level 7s, so it doesn't have to be necessarily those. You need at least 2 copies, that's the most important one, at least 2 copies of Perialis, Empress of Blossoms, and at least 1 copy of Scrap Archfiend, because Scrap Archfiend has the most attack, and also it combos with Tiny Spirit. If you summon Scrap Archfiend and have Tiny Spirit in your grave, if Scrap Archfiend gets destroyed, you can banish this and resummon the destroyed Scrap Archfiend, summon it again, and destroy a card on your opponent's side of the field. And this is also great in this deck, because Masked Dragon is fire, and you can also get synchro monsters in your graveyard, so I think you should play at least 1 copy of Shiranui's Choir Saga. Then at least 2 copies, 2 or 3 copies of Nirvana High Paladin. And Nirvana High Paladin is the synchro monster that uses the synchro monster as material. So Nirvana High Paladin is the one you use with Scrap Iron Signal. Then a bunch of the best level 4 exceeds, just in case you don't have the tuners. 1 Rhapsody Berserk, 1 Diamond Crab, of course 1 Malevolent Sin, and the ones to overlay on top, Pain Gainer and 7 Sins. And the rank 7 exceeds, of course. I actually might to add more of them. I should craft one later. I think to be safe you should play at least 1 more rank 7 exceed. I will craft one later. Probably replace one of the level 7 synchros, 1 Scrap Archfiend maybe, with another level 7 exceed. 1 number 74 and 1 number 76. Those 2 are the best level 7 in this format, low rarity. And how does combos work to summon this? First, let's explain Nirvana High Paladin. You basically just need Red Rose Dragon and any level 4 monster. Any level 4 monster and Red Rose Dragon, you can make a level 7 synchro. And then Red Rose Dragon's effect, you can special summon 1 Rose Dragon monster from your hand or deck. So you summon this and any level 4, make a level 7 synchro, and this effect lets you summon Rox Rose Dragon from your deck. And then you can make Nirvana High Paladin, so super easy to summon. And this has 3300 attack. And if it destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can halve your opponent's life points. So that's easy to summon, pretty nice, and you can use it for Scrap Iron Signal. And then the best combo is if you have White Rose Dragon and any of the tuners. You make Empress of Blossoms, and with White Rose Dragon's effect, you send Fallen Angel of Roses from your deck to your graveyard. And then with Perialis, you can summon Fallen Angel of Roses from your graveyard. And then you have a level 7 synchro and another level 7 monster, and you can make a rank 7 exceed that has the synchro monster as material. So pretty easy. Basically all you need is a tuner and White Rose Dragon, and you end up with a rank 7 exceed that has a synchro monster as material. And that is the condition for Black and White Wave. And as I explained earlier, this spell is super powerful, quick play spell, target 1 card, banish and draw 1 card. In my opinion, this deck is a lot of fun to play. Maybe you want to give it a try yourself, and I hope I see you in my next deck profile video. Bye! Oh no. I completely forgot I want to include the replays. Let's just do it now. So this video didn't end after all. I completely forgot I have some replays saved. That game wasn't that great. I think I forgot why I saved it. I think because I used the Tanny effect. That's probably why I saved it. Yes, I remembered it. To show the Tanny, how the Tanny effect works with Scrap Archfiend, because Scrap Archfiend is a non-effect monster like this. Let's destroy it, resummon it, and destroy a card. Now High Paladin, and I have... Now I could use Scrap Iron Signal. I was able to use Scrap Iron Signal and reset it. By the way, I replaced Manko. I still had Manko in this deck in my deck at this point. I replaced it with Tragedia. I think Tragedia works better in this deck because most of the time you have a bunch of cards in your hand, and Manko doesn't work against Link monsters. Manko is useless against Links. Also it's useless against Paleozoics. So I replaced Manko with Tragedia. Forgot to speed it up. I think this game was a nice showcase of Gingerbread House, and again of the Tanny effect. Now I have Black and White Wave. I think I am going to banish the dragon so they can't revive it later. I had the perfect cards this game. Absolutely perfect draws. That was a pretty lucky game. I drew another Black and White Wave from the first Black and White Wave. against Yosenshu. Tragödia won me the game against Yosenshu. I think I forgot to mention this card earlier. Iron Dragon Tiamat Tone is a staple for me in this format. I'm surprised not more people play Tiamat Tone. In my opinion, it's a great staple that should be played in nearly every deck if it has pace to include it. My mouse is annoying again. This was against the Musketeers. Musketeers seem pretty strong. I am surprised that more people play them. I thought I would lose this game for sure. As you can see, the Musketeers generate a lot of card advantage and they can activate traps from their hand. Ivana High Paladin dealing a ton of damage, but getting destroyed. Then they banished my targets for my trap. At this point I was sure I would lose this game, then I top deck Lightning Vortex. Lightning Vortex saved me. And apparently then they bricked. Didn't have any combos. Because they have a lot of cards, they have 7 cards, but nothing useful apparently. And somehow I won. And the last replay I saved. That was a nice deck that my opponent played. The Maleficaros, Spoon and Fork and whatever rank 2 exceeds. That's a very creative and unique deck my opponent is playing. Number 45 2 times in a row. And here I have the rank 7, level 7, rank 7 combo black and white wave again. Set black and white wave to use it on the opponent's turn on whatever they do. So I hope this gave you an idea on how this deck plays. And I hope I see you in my next video. And this time for real. Bye.